News Channel 5 on your side presents Kaleidoscope, focusing on people who make a difference in Northeast Ohio communities.
Good morning, everybody. Good to have you with us today. The Cleveland Browns Foundation is busy in local communities. Its Vice President and Executive Director, Renee Harvey, is here to talk about the events and activities the Cleveland Browns Foundation is involved in this year. And we'll hear from the Executive Director of Esperanza, Victor Ruiz. He's here as well to tell us about the annual Fiesta of Hope Scholarship Luncheon and how you can get involved. On the broadcast after that, the founder of Alive on Purpose, Latoya Jones, and Community Outreach Director, Jordan Wright, will tell us about their mission to prevent suicides, especially among young people. Good morning, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope. And so we beginning with Renee Harvey, Vice President and Executive Director of the Cleveland Browns Foundation. Hey, Renee.
How are you? Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well again. Tell me about what the Cleveland Browns Foundation does. What is it that you do over there?
So we redefined our focus and our mission about a year and a half ago, and we're solely focused on youth development and education, trying to find and take a holistic solution-based approach and making sure that we're making a difference in Northeast Ohio.
So the Cleveland Browns are not only on the gridiron, not only on the football field, but they're in the community as well.
Yes, yes.
You're the community outreach arm of that.
Yes.
I understand that you've got a partnership with Ginn Academy.
We do. They are one of the organizations that we fund through the foundation. I've been proud to partner with them for 2 years now and help provide life coaches, which is one of the key elements of their success. This year they have a 95% graduation rate, which is absolutely incredible. They're doing some amazing things with those young men. Yeah, Ted Ginn has done a wonderful job over there as we look at some of the video that you brought along. This is the Cleveland Browns being involved with Ginn Academy. Yes, we went out. Dante went out about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, with a couple of our younger players and talked to the juniors, but also the life coaches. And it was a very serious conversation about the importance of holding one another accountable to become better as a group and making sure that they leave the school in a much better way than when they found it. Now, this is adaptive football we're looking at right now on the monitor right here. Tell me about that. What is that? Is a program that we do with the Achievement Centers for Children. This marks our 5th year of the program. It's the first of its kind in the state of Ohio, and it really allows kids from all over Northeast Ohio with disabilities to be able to play the game that we all know and love, and they get the same experiences that able-bodied children get. Oh, it's wonderful. So the kids get and they get a chance to meet some of the Cleveland Browns. They do. We had our training camp, and then later in July we'll actually host an all-star game for them at our facility, and we pull out all the bells and whistles and really make them feel like all-stars for the day. And it's an incredible program, amazing volunteers. We have over 150 volunteers, and our enrollment for the program this year increased by over 25% as well. So these families have an amazing experience. These kids get to socialize, and really a lot of them are very competitive too. And then the Browns not only play football, they play golf as well. They do, some better than others, but yes, they golf. We had our 16th annual golf tournament in May, and that is such a critical event for us because those funds that we raise from that event go back into support the programs that we just talked about. So the Adaptive Football League and Ginn Academy and so many other programs that we're proud to fund in the community. And we need our corporate partners and our community to support our efforts so that we can do the things that we do to help make a difference for young people. Why did the Cleveland Browns decide to be involved in the community like this? Or do all of the NFL teams do this kind of thing? They do. And I think that is part of what we all view is the importance of our platform to be able to do that. Dee and Jimmy Haslam are incredibly philanthropic, very civic-minded, so it really starts at the top and it really penetrates our entire organization. You'll see our coaches, our staff, our players out, and it's part of who we are as an organization. Yeah. Especially when you work with young people, this has got to just swell their hearts and their minds and their horizons to be with the Browns. It does. It's fun, and it pays us back too. You know, it gives us a lot of pleasure and makes us feel good to be able to contribute in any way we possibly can. Yeah. Somebody told me you've got an involvement with shoes and clothes for kids organization. Yes, that's another organization that we're very happy to work with. We actually partnered with them for 8 years now on their back to school campaign. So again, we send our players out to speak with the kids and drive home the importance of education, but so many families are in need of school supplies and new clothing for their kids to start school that you know, really that's a great way for anybody who has has the means to be able to contribute and help some families in Northeast Ohio as well.
We're going to continue our conversation with Renee, but I want to put some information on the screen. If we can get that information on the screen, you can contact the Cleveland Browns by going to clevelandbrowns.com/foundation, clevelandbrowns.com/foundation. There's some other Instagram information you can see on the screen as well, and people can contact your organization if they want to perhaps form a relationship with the Cleveland Browns organization. Yes. This is your job right here.
This is my job. I'm very fortunate. I love it. It's nice to be able to give back and connect with so many people in the community that are trying to move Cleveland forward, and it's an amazing opportunity.
I know you're not involved with the X's and the O's of the football.
You wouldn't want me to. You wouldn't want me to be.
You want to take a stab in the dark? We're going to be okay this coming season?
I certainly hope so. I think Coach Pettin and Ray Farmer have, they're doing their thing, and I think we're excited for a great season.
Everything is going well over at the First Energy Stadium too.
Yes,
You've got the renovations in the stadium.
Yes, I think it's going to be remarkable with the transformation that you'll see at the stadium. Hopefully a good experience for our fans, for sure.
All of this makes Cleveland proud. I mean, to have a sports organization like the Cleveland Browns.
Well, we're proud to represent Cleveland, and we take that very seriously.
Okay. Well, people can contact the Cleveland Browns Foundation by going to clevelandbrowns.com/foundation. You can get more information on everything that we've been talking about. We've been chatting with Renee Harvey. She's Vice President and Executive Director of the Cleveland Browns Foundation, which is the philanthropic and the community-minded arm of the football team.
Yes.
We need arms to throw balls and catch balls, and we need the community arm as well.
To give back, absolutely.
That's what Renee Harvey does. Many thanks for being on the broadcast.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a break right now. You may log on to newsnet5.com each week to see what's coming up on Kaleidoscope. Coming up next, a college education for local students. We're going to talk with somebody who is really pushing very hard for that after we do this first. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. I'm always glad to have you on the broadcast with us. And today, we're going to be talking to Esperanza. Esperanza's annual Fiesta of Hope Scholarship Luncheon takes place on Friday, June the 19th. Executive Director Victor Ruiz is here to explain how this annual event helps Hispanic students who are heading off to college in the fall. One of our regulars around here, Victor Ruiz. Good to see you, Victor.
Well, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, always good to have you. Esperanza is doing well?
Esperanza is doing very well, and as a reminder, Esperanza means hope.
Yeah, it means hope.
Right, and we focus on education for Hispanic youth in Cleveland.
And that is vital, isn't it?
That is critical.
One of the things I said before we took the break is you're pushing for a greater high school graduation rate among Hispanic students in the greater Cleveland area, Northeast Ohio.
Correct. So in 2010, 7 out of 10 Hispanic youth were dropping out of high school in Cleveland. So we focused on changing that. And the good news is that the graduation rate has doubled from 30 to 61% in 4 years. So we're very proud of that effort, but know that we still have a lot of work to do.
You are telling them that the way to find your future is to beginning with education.
That's right. And in addition, we've also seen tremendous improvements in the number that are going on to college, and that's evident in us being able to triple the number of scholarships we've been able to award in 4 years.
You have got good feedback from the kids, too, who have gone off to college.
Absolutely.
They kind of help you with the other kids who are coming along, right?
Right. We started an alumni association to re-engage those students and to give back and to serve as those mentors that we need for our students.
You've got the Fiesta of Hope Luncheon coming up on Friday, June the 19th. You're having that at the Renaissance Hotel.
Correct.
Cleveland's Public Square. Tell me about this Fiesta of Hope, and I've got some information. We can get a shot of that, perhaps.
Yeah, so this is our annual event. We'll have about 800 people at the Renaissance, and the stars are the students, and we'll award them their scholarships. 106 scholarships will be awarded this year, and their families will be there. The community will be there to let them know that they have a network that can provide them the support they need as they go on to a very important stage in their lives.
Yeah. And this is a big fundraiser for you too, right?
It's our largest fundraiser. It brings in significant dollars, and this is our 25th anniversary of putting on this event.
How can people get involved now to buy tickets to help you with these scholarships for the kids?
Well, the easiest way is through our website, esperanzainc.org. Of course, people can call us at 216-651-7178.
This has been a passionate thing for you. You and I have been talking about Esperanza now for several years now.
Right, yeah.
You're appearing on the broadcast regularly. What keeps you going? What is it that drives you to continue in this vein?
Well, we're seeing those tangible results. I mean, doubling that graduation rate. We set a goal of moving the needle on that graduation rate, and we were able to accomplish that in 4 years. So seeing that our efforts are actually working is very encouraging and motivating. And knowing that we still have a lot of work to do, but that we have proven that we can do it is very encouraging.
Where are you headquartered at? Well, where's your office at?
We're on the near west side, the intersection of West 25th Street and Clark. We have a center there. We're also in 4 Cleveland schools, 3 high schools and 1 grade school.
And you deal primarily with that educational piece, right?
Yeah, we're focused on education and also with the students and educating parents on our educational system. And then services that we can provide, we have a really strong list of partners that we refer to.
When Esperanza got started, somebody named it Esperanza, obviously, which means hope.
Right.
They named it what it was all about.
Absolutely. I think hope is a big concept in the Hispanic community, and it's a common name for girls, and it's just a term that we use a lot, and we really take it to heart.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, it's a big term used in everybody's community all over the world. We are all hopeful for better lives, for ourselves and for our families and for entire communities. That's the goal. So people can call, they can call and they can get tickets. You know what the ticket cost is for this?
Tickets are $75, or there's table sponsorships, and there's also sponsorships that include scholarships for students. A lot of our scholarships are supported by families. They want to honor a parent or a grandparent, so 100% of the scholarship dollars go straight to the student for their educational needs. So there's an opportunity there as well.
I see you're honoring for community service a wonderful man by the name of Jose Feliciano.
Yeah. Not the singer.
Not the singer.
The local
the local man
attorney and really icon in the Hispanic community who just fights every day for Cleveland's Hispanic community.
Years ago was very much involved with City Hall. I'm certainly still involved with Cleveland City Hall, but I used to interview him all the time at City Hall. And Jose Feliciano, you're giving him special recognition for what he has done in the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Leave us with a thought on why you see this as vital to attend this Fiesta of Hope luncheon, or certainly buy tickets to help you do what you do with the kids. And that's going to be Friday, June the 19th at the Renaissance Hotel, and it is a luncheon, starts in the middle of the day, 11:30-ish or something like that. Why is it important to be involved?
Well, I think 2 primary. One, it provides the organization with the resources we need to continue our work. But I think more importantly is coming together to let our students know that there is a community rooting for them, and that there's a support system for them, because we know the transition to college is very difficult. So just being there to encourage our students goes a long way.
We are hopeful for them.
Yes.
We wish them well, too, and wish you well. Good to see you, Victor. Victor Ruiz. He's Executive Director of Esperanza. Many thanks, Victor, for being on the broadcast. Taking a break. I'll be right back after these words, especially for you. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Good to have you with us. You know, the founder of Alive on Purpose, LaToya Jones, and Jordan Wright, who oversees the organization's community outreach efforts, join me now to talk about the mission of that organization and the programs and services provided and the impact of suicides on families and communities. Good to have you with us, LaToya Jones, seated right next to me, and Jordan Wright on the outside there. Good to have you with us. Tell me about, what is Alive on Purpose?
Well, Alive on Purpose is a suicide prevention nonprofit based here in Cleveland, Ohio, and really our mission is to keep people alive, especially young people. We have found that there are so many young people who are ending their lives prematurely, and Alive on Purpose is all about keeping them here, breathing, and existing.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Hang around. Stay in it. Stay in it. We'll talk it out.
Absolutely.
We'll resolve our problems together. I know you've got a lot of programs involved. Some of the community outreach stuff that you do. Jordan Wright, your community outreach person here with Alive on Purpose. Tell me about some of the programs you have.
We basically just try to get into schools, faith-based organizations. We get into community centers, and we try to push our programming and make sure everyone knows about it.
I mean, you're gearing this to younger people, too. Mm-hmm. We see a large number of younger people committing suicide.
Yeah, we kind of start, we want to start it early with the youngest possible and work our way up so that it never becomes an issue in adulthood or late teenage years. So we do see a lot of younger people.
Yeah. LaToya, who's most at risk?
I think everyone's at risk. I think when we target our populations with Alive on Purpose, we're specifically targeting young men and young women, teenage populations. We're finding that the suicide rates that impact our organization are starting as young as 12. There's 12 and 13-year-olds that are ending their lives prematurely. Then we have a strong population around 16 or 17, where those young ladies and those young men are coming to us seeking for help because something's going on in their lives causing them to think about suicide.
I want you to tell a little bit of your story. We're going to put that phone number on the screen, by the way. It's 800-273-8255. More information on everything we're talking about. Or if somebody's got an issue and they need to talk to somebody, they can make that free phone call, can't
Yes,
they? That
is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Someone's always available to answer that phone.
Yeah. You got into this because you've been there.
Been there.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, when I was younger, this was my personal story first. I had a rough childhood. I was faced with a lot of adversity. I was not raised by my parents, and all of that stuff really was hard for me to deal with at a young age. So at 14, myself, I thought about suicide. I thought that was better than living at the time.
Yeah.
And as I got through life, I began to learn more about who I was and the character and the strengths that I offered this world. And people saved my life, and I wanted to be one of those same people to save the lives of others.
I'm glad you did not, because you're in your 20s now.
Yeah, actually, I'm 31.
Are you? Oh, how young you look.
Yeah, I look young.
Yeah, you look young. Well, I'm glad you're in your 30s, and the goal is to get in your 40s, 50s,
Yes,
60s, 70s,
absolutely.
80s, and keep on going.
Absolutely.
That's the goal. You've got something coming up called the Father and Daughter Dance. Tell me about that and the role that it plays in this suicide prevention.
So I'm not sure if you're aware, but 63% of suicides come from a fatherless home. So the father-daughter dance, among other events we do with fathers and daughters, is just to cultivate that environment with the father and daughter interacting and give them something to do.
What if the young people told you who you were able to convince to stay with us?
Thank you. Thank you is pretty much the biggest thing.
How do you approach it, Jordan? How do you get to them? Where do you begin? Because you're in a crisis situation when you get the phone call.
Yes. I think every beginning is different because every situation is different, but I think listening is the number one thing. You have to really listen so you can know how to respond. If you don't listen, you can't respond correctly.
Yeah. Well, so you go into schools?
We do. Yes, we go into schools probably every day of the week. When I leave here, I'm going to a school. And our goal in those schools is exactly what Jordan said. It's to listen to these young people. It's to go deeper than the academics and to really understand the home life, the story, and what's causing these young people to act out and what's causing them to be engaged. I think our school program is probably one of our favorite programs that we offer, trying to get them to really speak up and speak out about the issues of life.
People can call you to visit schools or organizations to speak on what you... I want to put call you on the website?
Yes, on our website we have a programs tab, and on our tab we have all of our programs that we offer.
Yeah, I've got the website address right there. I'mAliveOnPurpose.org. I'mAliveOnPurpose.org. Why did you name it I'm Alive on Purpose?
Because I wanted people to take ownership. I think it's one thing to have an organization that aids in suicide prevention, but it's another thing to believe that you are here for a reason. It's something special about the ownership, and once people believe that, once they know that they're here for a reason, that they have something on this earth to do, I believe they'll live a little longer. And so we wanted to make it personal.
You have a mission in life, don't you? Don't you, Jordan, right?
Yes.
I mean, the mission in life is to keep on going. She was saying that find your purpose in life. I mean, can we find our purposes in life?
I believe so. I believe once you get to dig down deep inside of you, you can see why you're here, and you live that out.
And God will show you that way.
Definitely.
Yeah. Is there a spiritual component that you bring to all of this as well?
Yes, we are both Christians, and we bring that into everything we do. So there's that God is behind everything.
And we are sadly seeing too much of this, but you have made a difference because you have been there.
Been there. Yeah, so has Jordan, been there.
Both of you have been there.
Been there.
I'm glad you didn't say done that. Been there, done that. Been there and didn't do that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on. You've been on with us before, and I want you to know you are such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Both of you.
Thank you.
I'm aliveonpurpose.com, rather .org. I'm aliveonpurpose.org. You see it at the bottom of the screen. Or 800-273-8255. If you are contemplating suicide, give that phone number a call.
Yes.
Right now. Right now. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being on the broadcast. I'll take a break. Back in a moment. This is the Morning Exchange segment. That means somebody from the Urban League of Greater Cleveland visits us. Sharon Gibson, who is in the office of Marsha Maccabee, president of the Urban League, is with us today talking about whatever's going on. What's on your mind today, Sharon?
Good morning, sir. We'd like to invite our young people to come out on June 27th. Our guild, which is an auxiliary of the Urban League, will present a voter engagement event, bringing the youth to the booth. There they'll learn how to register to vote. We'll have representatives from the league talking about job and training opportunities. Also, Ohio Board of Regents will talk about College Plus. And also, we'll have an officer from the Cleveland Police Department to talk about youth and the law.
Oh, and the law. You got a lot of things
Yes,
going on.
a lot of
I
things
love
going.
that title, though, Youth in the Booth.
Bringing the youth to the booth.
The importance of voting.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
Marsha talks about that all of the time. A voteless people can be a hopeless people. If you've got the vote, then you've got everything in
That's
the,
how we
in
make
this
our
country.
voice heard.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Things are going well over at the Urban
Things
League
are
of Greater
well.
Cleveland.
Things are well. It's a busy time at the league.
Yeah. How long have you been at the Urban
8
League?
years.
Yeah.
This year celebrated my 8th year.
It's
at the
been a
league.
good. It's been a good 8
It's
years.
been an
I'll bet.
amazing experience.
How is it working for
Amazing.
Marsha Maccabee?
I love working with Marsha Maccabee.
Yeah.
She has a passion for our people, for the community, and so do I. So we mesh together.
Oh, you mesh together right
Yes,
there?
we do. Yes,
And
we do.
she's always running, doing
She's
something
always
wonderful.
running.
Yeah.
She's always running and
I
texting.
bet she's got you running too.
Exactly, exactly,
Well,
exactly.
Well, tell everybody at the Urban League we appreciate everything that they do, all the way from Marsha Maccabee, the president and the CEO of the Urban League, all the way down to every employee over there.
Thank you so much.
It's a
Thank you
wonderful,
so much.
wonderful organization coming up on 100 years.
Yes, sir.
100th birthday coming
Yes,
up pretty
sir.
soon.
2 years.
Okay, in 2 years?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you weren't there 100
I
years
was not
ago.
there.
Good to see you.
You
Good to
too.
have you on the
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you on the broadcast. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.
This has been a presentation of News Channel 5's Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.